All right, so this excerpt you sent us, the coffee connection, about like a single mom trying online dating, juggling kids, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Pretty familiar for a lot of people, I bet.
Definitely.
But this story takes a turn you won't believe.
It really does. It's like they took that online dating thing and just like flipped it around.
Exactly. So, okay, let's dive in.
Okay.
We've got Maria. Her username is actress mama69, 3 kids.
Oh, so.
Struggling financially and just, looking for connection. Pretty vulnerable spot, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And that's something that, comes up a lot when we talk about online relationships, that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the story, it doesn't shy away from those early red flags,
Right.
At first, she's attracting, the not so great attention.
Right, right.
The ones who are just looking for like a quick thing, not a real connection.
Oh yeah, the hookup. That's so common for a lot of people online, especially women,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And she's almost ready to give up, call it quits.
Right.
And then she comes across this profile, Elephant Trunky.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that's not the most romantic screen name I've ever heard.
No, not really, but it's unique and it kind of sets the stage for something completely different than the usual online dating stuff.
Right. Instead of like the small talk, the how was your day?
Right, all the superficial stuff, yeah.
This guy just goes straight into the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
And not just any deep conversations either.
Right.
They bond over their shared love of coffee.
Okay.
Specifically that they both think Kopi Luwak is overrated.
Wow. That's specific.
I mean, come on, who does that?
It's great. They found this like common ground in something so specific and so, quirky.
Right.
Yeah, and it just shows this desire for authenticity.
Yeah.
Connecting with someone who gets you
Yeah.
on that level. And speaking of quirky Elephant Trunky, he's full of these little
idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, he's a tea enthusiast, has a foster daughter, and he starts calling Maria, get this, pig belly mama.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Which that's something.
It's a little odd.
Yeah, but it also kind of shows that they have that like playful intimacy that develops between them.
Right.
Like they've created their own little world online. Yeah.
And it gets intense pretty fast.
Okay.
Sharing like really intimate details, their dreams, even exchanging photos.
Oh.
It's like they fast forwarded through all the usual
getting to know you stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's so interesting about online relationships is there's this anonymity.
Yeah.
And it lets people be more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And they open up quicker. But you can also create this false sense of security.
Right.
You might feel like you know someone, but you're really just seeing this, version they want you to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the big turning point in the story.
Okay.
After months of this, like, intense connection, Papa Ale, as Maria starts calling him, he disappears.
Oh, no.
No explanation, no goodbye.
Wow.
Just silence.
Ghosting, It's so common these days in online dating, and it's got to be so painful.
The worst.
Yeah, it's like having the rug pulled out from under you.
Yeah.
1 minute you're sharing everything, and the next,
poof, gone.
Yeah.
And for Maria, I mean, it just confirms all her worst fears about this whole online dating thing.
Oh.
Betrayed, foolish for letting herself be so open. It's like back to square one, but with even more,
baggage. Yeah. It's tough.
So 2 years pass.
Right.
She's moved on, just figures it was another bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
Then, out of the blue, she gets this email from Papa Ailey's address.
Whoa.
Talk about a cliffhanger.
I know, right?
And that's where we're going to leave you hanging.
Okay.
We'll be back in a flash to unpack that email and all the, ethical dilemmas.
I can't wait.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, so last time, That crazy email, all right, from Papa Ellie's foster daughter.
Yeah, it definitely changes things up.
It does. And for me reading it, it just felt, I don't know, wrong. Like this complete stranger read all those super personal conversations, between Maria and Papa Ellie.
Yeah.
It made me think about all those messages we send, like what happens to them. It's kind of creepy.
It's true. We leave all these digital trails, and who even knows, who has access to them.
Right.
Even after we're gone.
Yeah.
It brings up so many questions about privacy and all that, in this digital age.
Totally. But it gets even, I don't know, weirder. The email. The foster daughter just drops this bomb. Papa Ellie is dead.
Oh, wow.
Died in a boating accident. Whale watching of all things.
What?
Seriously.
That's a twist.
And for Maria, I mean, think about it. She's grieving someone she never even met.
Right. And she can't even, talk to anyone about it.
Exactly. And, how do you even process that?
I know.
But then it's not over. The daughter says Papa L.A. left her everything.
Okay.
And she feels like, after reading their conversations, she has to help Maria financially.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know, right? It's heartwarming, but also kind of, I don't know.
Unsettling.
Yeah, is she being kind? Or is she taking advantage? It's tricky.
It really is. It's a good question.
And you see that struggle in Maria.
Yeah.
Part of her wants to believe it, hold on to that connection with Papa L.A.
Yeah.
But then there's that other voice, scam alert.
Right. That's the internet for you.
Totally. You want to believe in the good, but you've also got to be careful.
Absolutely. Especially when money's involved.
And at first, Maria almost deletes the email.
Really?
Yeah, just thinks it's too risky.
Can you blame her?
Not at all. But there's something in those details, that makes her hesitate.
Like what?
It's those little things, the stuff only someone close to Papa Ella would know.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Remember how he had that first edition book collection?
Oh, right, yeah, and the late night video calls where he showed off his Jeep.
Exactly. Those details, a scammer wouldn't know that.
That's true. It does make it seem more, believable.
So, Maria, instead of just trusting blindly, she emails back, asks for proof.
Smart.
Asks for more details about Papa Ella, his life, anything to back up the story.
She's taking control. I like that.
Right. Not just being a victim.
Yeah.
And guess what? The foster daughter, she sends it.
No way.
Legal documents, pictures of his house, even the books and the Jeep.
Wow.
All matching what they talked about online. I was almost convinced myself at that point.
Yeah, it's like every piece of evidence just makes it harder to, to doubt.
Exactly. So after all that, the back and forth, the uncertainty, Maria makes a decision. She takes a leap of faith. Sends the foster daughter her bank info.
Huge risk.
Huge. I mean, she's basically putting her whole financial future in this stranger's hands.
It's a big moment.
And then, a few days later, bank notification.
Okay. Really?
A big one.
No way. Did she make the right call? Is it all real?
Well, you have to wait to find out. Back in a flash with the final part of this deep dive.